Hi everybody, Gary Porter again. I'm going to take you through a little circuit here. We're going to discuss how I isolate so I can get my positive and negative discharges. Got a 12 volt battery, comes into a DC to DC converter. You get these from DigiKey. This ground here is battery ground. This ground here is the analog ground 1. V, the positive voltage out of this converter. This thing is isolated between the two ground planes. Positive V goes to the opto isolator. It's a 4N26, I believe, or 4N25. The driver chip I'm using is 4422, non-inverting, and normally you got a low here. When you fire the opto, it gives me a high pulse. Then I've got a 10 to 25 ohm resistor here, a couple of 18 volt Zehners back to back, 10K, which develops the voltage to drive the gate source. The switch here, N-Channel, turns on and discharges this positive cap through the primary 1 on the transformer. This switch up here is showing the previous thing discussed, which was a pre-charge, 12 volts to recharge the cap. The negative side, basically the same thing. Isolated power supply. V2 drives the opto and the 4422. Analog ground 2 is here and here. These two grounds are the battery ground, and analog 2 ground comes over to the negative side of the cap. Positive side goes to battery ground, which is the center tap in the transformer. N-channel again, negative cap is brought through the primary coil when the gate source goes to 1 volt, and that's about it. 18 volt Zehners again, and 10K resistor, and that's it. Anyway, you've got the basic idea. Now you need to my positive system is isolated with a ground 1, analog ground 1, and my negative system is isolated with ground 2. These two grounds don't come in contact. And what I found out was one power chip, since I'm using 1 cap discharge at a time, one of these DC converters will work instead of 1 for each of these things. So I take all my negative circuits and drive them with 1 DC to DC converter, and then all the positives are driven with the other DC to DC converter. And well, that's it. You have the circuit. Have a good day.